why budgeting is important, and how it can empower your finances. Hello, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that's essential for financial health, budgeting. Now you might be thinking, budgeting sounds boring, or I don't have enough money to budget. But budgeting is one of the most powerful tools we have for taking control of our financial future, regardless of income level. In this session, we'll explore why budgeting is so important, how it can transform your financial life, and some practical steps to start budgeting in a way that's both simple and effective. What exactly is budgeting? Let's begin with a clear definition. Budgeting is a plan for how you'll spend your money. Imagine planning a road trip across the country. Without a map, you could end up lost, overspending on gas, or running out of money before you reach your destination. Budgeting is like a roadmap for your money. It helps you avoid financial potholes and reach your financial goals, whether that's saving for a house, traveling more, or paying down debt. Recap question: if you had to use a budget as a roadmap, what would your financial destination be? Think about one goal that budgeting could help you reach. Why budgeting is important now more than ever. Current trends show that costs are rising across the board. Inflation has made essentials like groceries, housing, and gas more expensive. For example, rent has surged in major U.S. cities, and everyday costs are putting a strain on household budgets. When we don't track our spending, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially as unexpected expenses pile up. By budgeting, we're better prepared to handle these changes without feeling financially trapped. Companies like Starbucks, Amazon, and Target are also adjusting their prices and business practices to keep up with rising costs. Just as businesses track every dollar to adapt, budgeting allows us to adapt our personal spending to these trends, giving us greater control over our financial situation. Call to action. Take note of one recent expense that surprised you. Was it higher than you expected? Tracking these can help prevent overspending in the future. The benefits of budgeting for your financial health. Budgeting isn't just about watching every dollar, it's about creating financial stability. Studies show that people who budget are less likely to rely on credit cards and are more prepared for emergencies. By knowing where your money goes, you're more empowered to make decisions that benefit your future. Imagine you have a leak in your kitchen sink, dripping just a few drops every day. Over time, that small leak could cause a huge water bill and a costly repair. Without a budget, small, unnecessary purchases work in the same way. They can drain your finances bit by bit without you noticing. But with a budget, you can find those leaks, patch them up, and keep your money where it belongs. Recap question. Write down one area where you think your money might be leaking. It could be daily coffee, online shopping, or dining out. Busting common myths about budgeting. A common myth is that budgeting is only for people who are either very wealthy or very broke. This isn't true. Budgeting is for everyone, whether you're a college student, a young professional, or nearing retirement. Another myth is that budgeting is restrictive. Think of a budget not as a barrier, but as a way to allow more freedom for the things you care about. Instead of overspending on things that don't add value, a budget lets you prioritize what's truly important. Example: imagine going to a theme park without a schedule. You could end up waiting in line all day and missing your favorite rides. A budget is like that schedule, helping you make the most of your day and enjoy the best parts. Call to action. Write down one financial area where you feel restricted right now. How could budgeting give you more freedom there? How budgeting helps you achieve goals. Budgeting is a bridge between your income and your dreams. Many people have big goals: buying a house, starting a business, or retiring comfortably, but without a plan, those dreams feel out of reach. Budgeting helps break down those goals into smaller steps so they don't feel overwhelming. For example, Say you want to take a family vacation next year that will cost $3,000. By budgeting, you could set aside $250 a month toward the goal. By the end of the year, the money is there, and you're not scrambling to find funds. It's all about setting a target and working toward it, one step at a time. Question: write down one goal you have for the next year. How could budgeting help you reach that goal faster? Building an emergency fund through budgeting. An emergency fund is one of the best examples of why budgeting is crucial. Life can throw unexpected expenses our way: car repairs, medical bills, or sudden job loss. An emergency fund is a small financial cushion that can prevent these setbacks from turning into financial crises. Most experts recommend saving 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses, but even a small emergency fund is better than none. Example: during the COVID-19 pandemic, many families faced unexpected layoffs and medical expenses. Those with emergency funds were able to weather the storm more easily. This same idea is why major companies, like Apple, keep large cash reserves to ensure they're stable during unpredictable times. Call to action: think about how much you could realistically save each month, even if it's $10, to start building an emergency fund. Practical steps to start budgeting. 1. Track your spending. Write down every expense for a week. Use a simple notebook or try a budgeting app like Mint, an app you need a budget, or even your bank's budgeting tools. This helps you see exactly where your money is going. 2. The 50/30/20 rule. A popular rule in budgeting is to spend 50% of your income on needs, like rent and food, 30% on wants, like entertainment, and save or invest the remaining 20%. This rule is a great way to start if you're not sure how to divide up your income. 3. Set realistic goals. Choose one small, manageable goal to focus on. If you're working to pay off debt, plan to pay a bit more each month. Or if you're saving for something special, set aside a certain amount each week. Starting small makes budgeting less intimidating and helps build confidence. Call to action: pick one of these 3 tips and write down how you'll apply it this month. Try tracking your spending, using the 50/30/20 rule, or setting a small goal. Budgeting with tools and technology. Today, there are more tools than ever to make budgeting easier. Apps like Mint and Anab allow you to connect your bank accounts, track your spending in real time, and set monthly budgets. Many banks, like Chase and Wells Fargo, also offer budgeting tools directly in their apps. These tools can simplify the process and make budgeting less daunting. With alerts, visual graphs, and even monthly recaps, these apps are great resources to keep your budget in check. Many people find that automating savings is also effective. Apps like Acorns and Digit automatically save small amounts of money by rounding up your purchases or transferring small sums to a savings account. Call to action: choose a budgeting app and explore one feature that might help you reach your financial goals. Overcoming budgeting challenges. Starting and sticking to a budget can be challenging. You might feel discouraged if you overspend in one category or find it difficult to keep track. The key here is to remember that budgeting is a journey, not a destination. It's okay to adjust your budget as you go. You might find that after a few months, you're more comfortable tracking everything, and budgeting starts to feel like a natural part of your routine. Another challenge is staying motivated. If you're saving for a big goal, like a down payment on a house, it may feel far away. Try breaking it down into smaller milestones and reward yourself for each one you reach. Call to action: write down one challenge you're currently facing with budgeting and brainstorm one small step you can take to overcome it. Summary of key takeaways. Let's summarize what we discussed. 1. Budgeting is for everyone and helps us take control of our money, reduce stress, and build stability. 2. Creating a budget provides freedom, by allowing us to spend on what matters most while avoiding wasteful spending. 3. Budgeting has both financial and mental benefits, helping us reach goals and build confidence in our financial decisions. 4. Practical tips like tracking spending, using the 50/30/20 rule, and building an emergency fund can make budgeting accessible and effective. 5. There are many tools and apps available to make budgeting easier, so explore one to see how it can help. Closing statement. Thank you for joining me on this journey through budgeting. Budgeting might sound like a small habit, but it's one that can have a big impact on your life. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start small, keep going, and watch as budgeting empowers you to reach your financial dreams. Final call to action. Make a commitment today to start your budget. Give it 30 days, and see how much more control and peace it brings to your finances. Good luck.